normal schedule. I'll be back here a week from Monday. I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks in September.
You remember here, you sit down with the Rama here, right here, and you ask him questions.
L'chaim v'livracha.
That's
The life and for blessings.
Rama. He doesn't want me to.
So folks, how do we have personal growth in our lives? How do we have personal growth? Anybody who wants to share with me? Huh? Listen to your wife and you'll have personal growth. Okay? Learn from your mistakes. Excellent. What else? What else? Zan, what else? How do you get personal growth in your life? Follow the Torah. Okay, excellent. What else? That's it?
Surround yourself with good people.
Surround yourself with good people. Amazing. Good coffee. Good coffee leads to personal growth. Okay? Now, l'chaim to that? L'chaim, yeah. Well, it allows the expansion of the mind, that the mind can open up a little bit, right? So allows. Folks, what do we see online over here? Anybody? Personal growth. What is the key to personal growth? Liba says, connect to Hashem. Nancy says, don't be impulsive. Okay? All good stuff. Anybody else? No, Menachem Hillel, I didn't hear from you. Or did I? Oh, you said, oh, right, you said, learn Torah. Right. Ezekiel, I didn't hear from you. What do you think?
Focus on what you're doing on the present moment.
Oh, be present. Very good. Okay. Personal growth. Okay. Excellent. Anybody else? Looking online over here. When rising above self, Patricia says. Okay. Good. Excellent. Do chesed, do kindness. Excellent. Okay. Can't argue on any of these things. Welcome to Tanya today. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad Zichron Kadeshim in Montreal, Canada, where it's a privilege and a pleasure to share with you the Tanya. Personal growth is perhaps the underlying reason why many of you are here, if not all of you. Everyone wants to grow. Wants to grow. Think about it for a moment. You know, that makes you a little strange and unusual. Does the lion want to grow? Does a fruit tree want to grow? Well, yeah, I guess. Does a lion want to grow? Maybe like this, right? Personal growth is only in the human condition. There is no other, right? That's what personal growth is. So growth, we want to be better, we want to rise above, we want to be kinder, we want to, how do you do it? Listen to your wife, follow the Torah, right? Be present. All of the things that you said are amazing, but missing something. Huh? No, I mean, all of those are, everything you said is 100% true. But personal growth, just take it from what growth is, and then you'll understand what personal growth is. Where do things grow? Huh? Well, some people, they grow because they overeat, so they grow, but that's not the kind of growth we're talking about, right? That's not the kind of growth you want. So where does the growth take place? In the earth. You put a seed in the earth. Learn personal growth from the source itself, right? Personal growth, take it from Mother Earth, take it from the seed, and we'll understand. So personal growth, the goal is obviously to be more than what you were, right? Well, if you put one seed into the ground, right, one seed of wheat kernel, you're going to produce much more than that one seed of the wheat kernel. So first of all, what you want is much more. But then if you take an avocado seed, as my kids did, you know, many moons ago, actually, one of my kids took also a pear. It was a pear or a plum, so many years ago, I don't recall now. I also planted it in the backyard, right? And from that one seed that's tasteless, now came something very tasty, right? Came something. So the first thing in growth is that there's got to be something more that comes out. That's what growth means. Means growth both in in quantity, as in a kernel of wheat that you put in the ground that makes a multitude of, right, of wheat. Excuse me. And also when you put a fruit seed in the ground, not only is the quantity more, but the quality is so much more, because it becomes a fruit-bearing tree that now is tasty. So both quality and quantity have to become more. We need to become more. As I've mentioned many times before, some people want to say, you remember I've told this story before of the 7-year-old girl comes to her mother and she asks her mom, where do we come from? Come from God. Then she goes to her father, Daddy, where do we come from? We come from the apes. She's confused. Goes back to mommy, a girl. She's going to go back to her mother, obviously, right? And smart that she is. So, mommy, I'm confused. Daddy says we come from the apes. Says, oh, from my side of the family, come from God. From his side of the family, come from the apes, right? We get to choose where we want to come from. You know how? Based on how you act. You act like an animal? Well, guess what? The lion in 5,000 years has not developed anything. The only thing that the lion has developed is because it had a human animal tamer, a lion tamer. So therefore it progressed. Otherwise there's no progress in the animal. No progress in a fruit tree, the same tree that was planted with an apple tree, unless it was grafted by a human and did something and worked on it and reprogrammed it, right? As it's called, GMOs, right? For better, for worse. We won't go there, right? The point being that it's only us that can do that. But yet, where do we learn it from? From the fruit tree, from the seed that we put in the ground. Now let's take it further. So not only there has to be progress, quantity and quality, right, in life, but it also means that when you put a seed in, what does the seed do? It rots, right? Dissolves. Right? Well, it rots. It becomes not itself, becomes, right? Because in order to become something greater than itself, and it's not just something greater than itself, think about it. You put a seed in the ground. I mean, we're used to it, but if you're an alien coming to this world, right? It really doesn't make sense. How is it that you put a simple little seed in the ground and you get a fruit-bearing tree that is luscious and has, it's disproportionate for what you did, the actions that you put in to what you get. Growth, ultimately, real growth will be disproportionate to what we were, but there's two key elements in how it'll be disproportionate. The first thing is, if the seed doesn't rot, nothing grows. If you're full of yourself, you will never grow. You're full. You're always right. You always have the answer. You will never grow. Rot. Become nothing. Recognize what you're lacking, what you're missing. The more you recognize that you're missing, the more there will be true growth. And that being said, the growth isn't even from you. Why does something grow in the ground? The seed is not what makes things grow. It's Mother Earth. It's the properties of Mother Earth that God put in Mother Earth. That's what we call Mother Earth. She makes it grow. There's only one thing that in order to awaken Mother Earth's qualities of making something grow, you have to become nothing. That's the idea in Hasidic teachings, right? Of Bittul, of course, we from below arouse a power that's greater than us to enlighten us in order that we can truly change. So all we're doing is awakening a power that God gives to us that is so much greater than us. Tell me, if it were me, I'd still be the same lion. I'd still be the same doggy. No change. That's why most people don't change, because they're the same doggy as their dog. You know those contests that they have, lookalikes, right? The owner and the pet, they're lookalikes, right? Right? Because they are alike. Not that they look alike, they are alike. They're not, they're interested in growth. Growth again, not growth on your terms. That's not growth. Growth on God's terms. To elicit God's light in your life, that you can truly make a true, otherwise the growth is incremental and it's really nothing. Whereas a real growth is when you have that bittul that you become nothing, as the sea becomes dissolved in nothing. Elicit something greater than itself, Mother Earth. So we elicit through our engagement, our nothingness, that we elicit from God true light that really changes us in quantity and quality that is disproportionate to the effort that we put in. This, just as the seed, it's disproportionate what comes out of that seed in its growth. That's called growth, personal growth. That's what personal growth is. And then today, that's all we have is the metaphor. How it translates into the teachings, which is the teachings that we have, that all you have to do is give a coin before charity, a coin to charity and a pushka before you pray to Hashem, as Rebbe Lazar in the Talmud tells us that before you did that, and then you could really have the light of God in your life, and that there's really something that is enriching you far above and beyond. You experience that which you put in. That was the metaphor, and tomorrow we'll play out that metaphor in its fullest depths. So a whole. Okay. You now have what to share with him. Yeah.
See you when you get back next week.
Okay. Make the plans also for Rosh Hashanah then, to be here with them, work that out that week for Rosh Hashanah.
In London.
Oh, okay, with your son. Yeah, okay. Okay, be well. Sei gesund. Any questions, folks? Any thoughts? Today I made it lengthy. It's a short. Thank you. I hope because I'm taking the message personally. All right. Okay, amazing, folks. All right, Rambam is coming up. No questions. Okay. Thank you, folks. God bless. Thank you.
Rabbi,
4.
yeah, 4 o'clock.
No, today.
Yeah, and breakfast for tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you. All right, folks. Amazing. Thank you. Good to be back here. Regular schedule.